Lovely people, welcome to the channel. We got some Johnny Depp AH news here after Halloween. Apparently this star from Schitt's Creek, that's a strange name that I never heard the show of. She's being sort of cancelled because she showed up dressed up at the house like Johnny Depp and AH. So it's very interesting to see why I want to make this video. First of all, it's very interesting to see that they're always the same few magazines which they have a stance which is ambiguous towards what happened in the trial. This is the thing that actually bothers me the most, I have to say. If you take like especially this article here, like Variety, so this star Emily Hampshire apologizes for thoughtless, insensitive, and ignorant things she has ever done by dressed up as Johnny Depp. Now she made a post. Well, let's see if I guess the post is erased, the original one. I want to address what is one of the most thoughtless, insensitive, and ignorant things I've ever done. For Halloween, I stupidly thought I would be funny to dress as Johnny Depp and AH. I'm deeply sorry and ashamed for putting something that awful out there in the universe. DV is never ever funny. These are real issues with real people, and I really regret my action. In the future, I will do better. I'm sorry. You know, you should have added also, if you really wanted to apologize, first of all, I would say apologize to DV survivor and Johnny Depp, which is the DV survivor, because also this generic apologies, you know. And again, if you see like the article, some of the articles here, actually give me a second, it might be, I think it's the one here from BuzzFeed that literally focuses entirely on let's say you know, the side of the story from AH, especially her deposition on the stand, right? So you get this entire article here talking about, you know, like the testimony of AH and her side and the alleged things that Johnny Depp did to her. And to me, this whole article is absolute trash. And I tell you why. Because the whole article in this trying to be vague, right, is still trying to insinuate and to put a doubt into people's mind by focusing on the testimony of AH, on the lies, because she was found to be a liar, right, by a jury. So not only she was found liable, but people didn't believe her. Nobody believed her, and nobody believed in her acting. So the fact that the article continues to focus on going sort of trying to relitigate, trying to re-narrate the old part that we already know, which we know it's fake, because Johnny Depp never used this bottle, you know, that there is no medical records, so on and so forth, all those incidents that she was fake crying on the stand. But this is what BuzzFeed News focuses on. You see, even here you see the bottle incident, right? And it keeps on going instead of simply taking a stand. This is what bothers me the most about those articles. They don't take a stand in the right way. Even Rolling Stone, I don't imagine nothing less from Rolling Stone, even though it's the lesser of the article, because again, showing the apology from the actress here and mostly focusing only on her apology and the part where, you know, they give you the rundown on what happened in the trial, but on never failing to mention that also AH won on one count of her claim in the countersuit against the former husband and was awarded $2 million, right? Forgetting to mention that actually she was found guilty by a jury of her peer, and so on and so forth. We know, I'm tired of repeating this shit, but it seems like that whatever occasion those magazines they have to somehow bring back that kind of mind virus or wokeism, right? All these people that work in those magazines or editor or whatever, which they still have an agenda of trying so desperately to depict in a positive manner AH, or to insinuate that somehow she was the victim of Johnny Depp, it's sickening. It's sickening because you really you get that sense that you cannot be a male victim. Really, this is the shameful part, right? This is the shameful part, in my opinion. That they cannot even take a stance as like, okay, you know what, Emily Hampshire, if anything, you should apologize to Johnny Depp, and supporter of Johnny Depp, or supporter of DV, people which have, that went through that hell. Instead, they try to, dance around the issue, right? Maybe at certain point they forget enough that we can manage to, believe all women again, because it serves their narrative. Those people that work in those magazines, they're so obsessed with that idea that you have to believe all women, that men can never be victim. This is an ideology that has literally polluted their mind, of this obsessive feminism, right? That in order to safeguard their ideology, they have to make sure that none of those, events that include women will go let's say, unrectified. All of those things they have to try to rectify, because otherwise their whole ideology collapse, right? The man always bad, the man is always the culprit, the patriarchy or whatever. Wait until they find out that by being so incredibly, I would say, you know what, I don't even want to go there, honestly. I'm just fed up. I'm just fed up with these people, and every now and then I have to make those videos, because I think, this is how it works. This is how it works for certain parties. This is how it works with ideologies, and if anything, it's a good sign of showing you how, the intent of large organizations through individuals with an agenda can get corrupted. And this can be also used for other things, in politics or other aspects of things. And it's unnerving and unsettling to see that people, instead of trying to find common grounds, instead of trying to find the truth, all right, or to promote the truth, they are so gladly lying, right, under the light, in order to sustain their ideology, right? To keep believing in what they believe, because doing otherwise will undermine their whole identity, which was built upon whatever this is. And yeah, unfortunately, this happens in more places than we think. But luckily, there's a lot of people out there, including the people watching this video, mostly, my supporters, or supporters of the truth in general, which they see through the bullshit, and they see through the motives, right, of those newspapers and magazines. So anyway, I suppose people accept apology, but at the end of the day, I'm like, what really changed from last year? Last year, everybody was dressed like AH and Johnny Depp. Nobody cared. So all of a sudden now it's become something worthy of cancellation. I mean, go figure. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. Please consider subscribing. I'll talk to you later. Take care of yourself.